The first thing you need to do when you get on scene for your surveillance is get settled in, get hunkered down, and hidden inside your vehicle. However, while hidden, you also need to ensure that you can see the entire front of the house that you are watching, or at least as much of it as you possibly can. When I say all of the house needs to be visible, I mean everything within reason. The front entryway and the door, all vehicles in the driveway, all vehicles parked on the street in front or in close proximity to the subject's residence, all of the front-facing windows. If you can watch one of those sides of the house that has windows, that helps too. The roof is also important to keep an eye on, and the garage door. Okay, we're all hunkered down, we're blacked out, we're waiting for activity. Now what do we do? Keep a good eye on that front door and that garage door. Most of the time, your target will be exiting through either the front door or the garage door. I always make sure my camera is plugged into a good AC/DC power supply converter so I can have the camera screen open and it is fully charged, powered up, screen on all the time, and ready to pull up and go into action at a moment's notice. When you get on scene, note all visible lights on inside your subject residence, all of the neighboring residences as well. You want to keep an eye out for activity at the neighbors' houses too. Now, when neighborhoods go active, it can be a hair-raising experience to be sure if you are caught off guard. All of a sudden, you hear doors closing, people talking, children yelling, and cars starting up all around you. It is good to be prepared for this so you do not let paranoia set in. This is why getting in quick, getting set up quick, and staying blacked out and hidden inside your car is so very important. This video is sponsored by OREP Insurance and Working PI Magazine. OREP is a leading provider of private investigator liability insurance. Visit orep.org for a quote today. If there are visible interior lights when you arrive, try to determine if they are main lights, like the ceiling light in a kitchen, or are they night lights or maybe night lamps that are on all of the time. The porch light can often be a good precursor to activity. If it is on, then goes off, it may be somebody just got up, looked out a window, and shut that light off. Now, many people today have automatic lights, so it could just be that it got light enough outside that the porch light was just shut off automatically. Watching and notating the inside light activity is important. When I get on scene, I try to imagine the inside of the residence and the layout of the house. Now, usually I've done my homework well before I go out on surveillance, and I have checked the county assessor's webpage, and I have gotten the floor plans for the house. I do this so when I get there, I know what corner the kitchen is in. I know where the master bedroom is in. I know where the other bedrooms and the bathrooms are. Where is the dining area and the living room area? Is there an entrance to the garage from the main floor or multiple floors? How many exterior doors are there? Knowing all these details, I can watch the pattern of interior lights going on and off and tell what might be happening inside the residence. Oh look, a light came on over there in the kitchen area. Somebody may be up, probably making some coffee. Then I see a light upstairs in a corner room, probably a bedroom. Could be somebody getting ready to hop in the shower and get ready for the day. Next, I see that light go off upstairs, and I see the kitchen light go off, and then I see the flicker of a TV in the living room area. Kids are probably up watching some of their favorite cartoons. Then the TV flicker goes off, the front porch light goes off, and the kids and my subject come running out the front door. The garage door is a great thing to notate upon arrival and to keep an eye on. Obviously, if the garage door is opening or closing for that matter, there is some form of activity at the residence, but something that I have noticed on a good deal of my cases is that garage door being open about 4 to 12 inches when I arrive. Many times, if the garage door is just open a few inches, it means they have a cat or some other pet, usually a cat, that comes and goes through that gap. Now, if they have a mostly outside cat, then when that cat knows it is about time to get fed, it will come home for breakfast as well. If they just let the cat out, then she will come out strolling out to check out the world. Either way you look at it, if you see a cat or a dog or other pet going in and out of that garage door, it means that there may be activity at the residence. Another great thing to keep an eye out for regarding that gap in the garage door is vehicle exhaust. If it is cold outside, they may start the car up in the garage and let it exhaust out that crack. You also may see the garage light come on if you can see a portion of the garage floor through that gap. But even if there is no gap, many times there's a smaller little gaps between the garage door seal and the floor, and light will seep out through those cracks if somebody turns on the garage light. Cats, dogs, and birds, oh my. Yes, animals can be your frontline sentries while you're out on surveillance, folks. If there are birds in the trees or on the roof or on the lawn or on the fence and they suddenly all take off, this could be a sign of activity. If dogs suddenly start barking nearby, it could be a sign of activity. A huge thing that I see these days, day or night, cold or hot, is cars starting all by themselves. Remote starts on vehicles is huge, and so many people use this feature almost all of the time. As well, they automatically unlock their vehicle remotely, which makes the lights go on and off when they are leaving. Making sure you can see all of the vehicles that are possibly associated with the residence is huge. I have also often seen the car gets unlocked, then the kids come running out, get in, then my subject comes out. As well, they may remotely unlock the doors of the vehicle if somebody is going to come out and grab something out of the car. The roof is something that you need to keep an eye on at all times too. No, I doubt your subject is going to exit the residence through the chimney or a skylight. What you want to notate about the roof, especially in the winter, is frost on the roof. Frost on the roof indicates cold weather. But after the furnace kicks on in the morning, the frost may start to melt away. Often, the first thing people do when they get up is they turn up the heater. Or if they have an auto thermostat, it will turn up the heat for them. Either way, those signs of melted frost can mean that somebody is up and the furnace is running. But what else is up there on the roof, folks? Yep, those little exhaust pipes are up there and possibly a chimney. One of those little exhaust pipes will be for the furnace. You show up at, let's say, 5 o'clock in the morning and you notice some slight exhaust coming from one of those roof pipes. Let's say 3 times for about 2 minutes. Then at 6 o'clock, you see exhaust coming from the same pipe, but it stays on for 10 minutes or more. That could mean that the shorter 2-minute periods was the furnace just maintaining a lower temperature, but the longer period means the temp was turned up on the thermostat and the furnace is now running, trying to warm up the entire house. Then there are all of those other vent pipes. Some are pipes for venting air, but some are related to bathrooms and kitchens. If you see exhaust coming from some of those others, it could be a good sign that somebody is running water somewhere in the house, like a bathroom or a kitchen. Combine all of these rooftop activities along with the interior light activity, and many times you can put together a good storyline of what may be happening inside the residence. No matter what signs you see, get ready for activity before it happens. I always do a social media search for my subjects prior to surveillance. Don't wait until you get out on surveillance to do it, folks. Get that information ahead of time. Now, when I'm out on surveillance, I like to keep an eye on my subjects' social media accounts and pages. So many people today get up and the first thing they do is they grab their phone, they grab their tablet, they jump on their computer and they check their posts and they post their status. What great information to have early on during your surveillance. Now, you know your subject is up, and if they're not home, they will often post something about where they are. If you see a post with a picture of palm trees and an ocean and a comment about the beautiful sunrise, there's a good chance your subject is not at home. Well, unless you're in Florida or California or somewhere where that scenery is normal. The number one way to tell if your subject is going to go active, folks, is it's when you have to go to the bathroom, folks. Now, in all seriousness, your natural instincts will usually let you know something is up. Many times this may be getting the jitters, getting nervous, getting cold chills, having to go to the bathroom. All could be signs from your subconscious that something is about to happen. Now, I can't explain it, folks. That knowledge is way above my pay grade. Maybe this only happens to me. Maybe. I'm just weird. I don't know. I want to send a quick shout out to my PI Guy Premium supporters. Eric Hutchinson, thank you so much, sir, for your 29 months of support. Eric Lewis, thank you for your 18 months of support. And A is A Investigations, thank you very much for your 3 months of support as a PI Guy Premium supporter.